Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you how to make super easy and delicious beef skillet enchiladas. My beef skillet enchiladas has all the delicious flavors of an enchilada but made in one pan. It has ground beef, tortillas, and a homemade easy enchilada sauce topped with lots of melted cheese. And you guys are going to be amazed on how easy it is to prepare this dish your whole family is going to love. So let's get started. To begin, I'm gonna cut some corn tortillas into strips. And normally, if you go to the store, the corn tortillas are usually like smaller in size, but the ones I'm using, I did get from Trader Joe's, and they are slightly bigger. Oh, let me just show you guys. So these are like the average size, and then these are the ones from Trader Joe's. They are slightly bigger. So if you're gonna be using these, I would use about 10. And since I am using the slightly bigger ones, I'm gonna use about 8. And you just wanna easily just cut them into strips. And what I absolutely love about this dish is that there's no assembling, no baking required. We're just gonna add all the ingredients into one pan. Just watch, you're gonna be amazed, and you're not gonna wanna make enchiladas the traditional way again. And this is the size that I'm going for. So next up, I'm gonna shred about 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese. And if you like, you can buy the pre-shredded Mexican blend, but you guys know me, I usually like to shred my own cheese. Except when it comes to Parmesan cheese, I do buy the pre-shredded ones in the container just because my kids love to add them to everything. And you guys can add as much or as little cheese you like. I do like mine kind of like on the cheesier side. All right, so that's about 1.5 cups. So before we get started on cooking our enchiladas, I wanna go over some other ingredients that I'm gonna be using today. And I like to throw in some frozen corn. You could also use canned corn. I normally like to use frozen, but I'm gonna be adding some corn and some canned black beans. And it just adds more protein, more fiber, some texture, and I know my son is gonna eat it. And for the enchilada sauce, I'm just not a fan of the canned red stuff. I like to make my own, and you guys will see how easy it is to make a homemade red enchilada sauce, and you guys won't want to go back to that canned stuff. But anyways, we're gonna be needing some tomato sauce, some chicken broth, some chili powder, some cumin, some dried oregano, and garlic powder, which you probably already have in your pantry. And then for the skillet, I love my Lodge 12-inch cast iron skillet. I make so many meals in this. Cast iron is the way to go, but you could use whatever skillet that you have at home. But anyways, we are ready to get started, so meet me over at the stove. I've heated my pan over medium-high heat, and I'm gonna add some oil along with 1 pound of lean ground beef. And I'm going to use my spatula to break up the meat. I'm also gonna season it with some salt and pepper. And I'm gonna cook this down until it's nice and browned and completely cooked through. This will take about 4 minutes. And after 4 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and drain all of the excess liquid. I'm going to add a little bit more oil to the pan along with half a diced onion. And I'm going to cook this down until the onions are slightly softened. This will take about 3 minutes. Just a quick reminder, if you're new on here, welcome to my channel. Go ahead and click on the red subscribe button so that I can continue to share simple and delicious recipes with you guys. Now I'm going to stir in 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm going to give everything a nice mix so that everything is well incorporated. And if you guys end up liking this recipe, be sure to check out my salsa verde skillet enchiladas recipe as well. Now I'm gonna stir in 1 cup of chicken broth along with 15 ounces of tomato sauce. I'm also going to add in 2 cups of frozen corn that I thawed, along with 15 ounces of drained black beans. And I'm going to stir everything until it's well combined. Like I mentioned earlier, after making this enchilada sauce from scratch, you're not going to want to buy that canned stuff again, plus you can pronounce all the ingredients in this recipe. I'm also going to give everything a really good seasoning of some salt and pepper. You want to just make sure everything's seasoned well so that it brings out all those flavors. After I was done cooking this, I did drop some off to my parents' house, and my dad called me to tell me how much he loved it and that I needed to cook it for him again. So I let the sauce simmer between medium and medium-low heat, and now it's time to give it a taste to make sure our seasonings are on point. It is tasting good, so now it's time to add in our tortilla strips. It was looking a little saucy, so I did add in one more tortilla, but remember I was using slightly bigger ones from Trader Joe's, so I used a total of 9. But if you're using the basic ones, you would need to use about 10. I mean, can you believe we are almost through? And there was no baking involved, no assembling, and this is gonna be absolutely delicious. Now it's time to top it off with the shredded cheddar cheese. You have two options. You could either put the lid on and let it cook until the cheese has melted, or you could put it underneath the broiler for about 1 to 2 minutes, just like I'm doing. And this really didn't take much time at all to prepare, and it really is the ultimate one-pan meal. The cheese is nice and perfectly melted, and I can't wait to dig in. I should actually call this weekday enchiladas since it was super quick and easy. All right, our skillet enchiladas are all through cooking. My son has joined me for the taste test. And I did spill a little bit of that enchilada sauce on my shirt, but my fault. I mean, who wears white while cooking enchiladas? But anyways, let's dig in. Ooh, nice and cheesy. And I did garnish it with some cilantro and jalapenos. You really don't need much toppings for this recipe. It does have tons of flavor, but my hubby said, if anything, he likes a dollop of sour cream. And it's sour cream, because last time I said whipped cream accidentally. Okay, you ready to cheers?
No, I won't put this.
Oh, you want sour cream? Okay. He likes to dip his chips in sour cream. All right. Wait for me. Are you making a sour cream chip sandwich? He put sour cream in the middle of 2 chips. Anyways, let's cheers. 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 All right. Delicious.
Delicious.
The chips are delicious. It's like an enchilada, but on a skillet. It's so delicious. You guys have to try it out.
You guys have to try it out.
You're just copying me. Try out the chips and salsa, or try out the chips and sour cream too. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button. Please like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.
Take care.